Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AstroEdify. Today we are going to talk about the D9 chart and how to analyze the whole D9 or Navamsha chart in your horoscope. Many people were requesting me that how to analyze the D9 chart, how to analyze the D10 chart. So I'm making this video today, and I will make the further videos of D10 chart and D7 and D60 chart also, which are considered as the most important divisional charts in Vedic astrology. So today just we are going to focus on the analysis of the D9 chart, and we are going to learn that how from your horoscope you can check out the results of the D9 chart, how you have to analyze the D9 charts, what are the parameters that you have to see while analyzing the D9 chart. So first of all, before moving ahead, just let me tell you that what is a divisional chart. We should know that first instead of going directly into the deep detail. So a divisional chart is being created in Vedic astrology for different purposes, for analyzing in deep detail. D9 chart is the detailed version of the 9th house of your main birth chart. So divisional charts are being created by dividing the whole zodiac sign. One zodiac sign is 30 degrees long. When we divide this 30-degree spread into several equal sections, then we assign a zodiac sign, a particular zodiac sign to each section, and then planets are being assigned to the assigned zodiac sign, and then the whole divisional chart is being constructed. This is how divisional chart is made. So in D9, the total number of sections, for example, let's take Aries zodiac sign. Aries zodiac sign is 30 degrees long. So this 30-degree time period, this 30 degree will be divided into 9 equal sections. For D9 it will be divided into 9 equal sections. For D10 it will be divided into 10 equal sections. For D7 it will be divided into 7 equal sections respectively. So this is how we divide, and then the zodiacs, then the planets are being assigned to the zodiac signs, to the each and every divided section, and this is how the zodiac, this is how the divisional chart is being made. This is how divisional chart is constructed. Now in let's take for example Aries zodiac sign is 30 degrees long, and if we are talking about D9, it is being divided into 9 equal sections. So starting from Aries to Sagittarius, so each section will be 3 degree 20 minutes long. And for example, if any planet in your main birth chart is at 5 degrees, so it will be placed in the zodiac sign of Taurus in your D9 chart, because it is greater than the first section time period of 3 degree 20 minutes and less than 6 degree 40 minutes. So it is at 5 degrees. So that planet, for example moon is at 5 degrees in your main birth chart, and then it will be placed in the sign of Taurus in your D9 chart. So this is how each and every planet is placed in your D9 chart, and the whole D9 chart is being constructed. So this is how D9 chart is constructed. Now let's talk about that why D9 chart is considered as the most important chart in your Vedic astrology. In Vedic astrology, the second most important chart after birth chart is D9 chart. Why is it so? Why not D10? Why not D60? Why not D7? Why D9? So that we are going to look first. And let me tell you that each divisional chart in Vedic astrology has a particular natural planetary ruler which holds that chart, which controls that chart. So for D9, that planetary ruler is Venus. For D7 it is Jupiter. For D10 it is Saturn. So we will talk about this, why I am telling you this. I will talk about that why Venus is this. Venus is the ruler of D9 chart, which holds the whole of D9 chart. But why Venus is important, that I am going to talk about in the further section. Now let's talk about why D9 chart is considered as important chart. D9 chart represents certain aspects of life, certain areas of life. So D9 chart represents certain things, like first of all D9 chart, through D9 chart we see marital life, happiness in marital life, spouse characteristics, nature of the spouse. Then D9 chart represents your fortune, because ninth house is the house of fortune, your fate, your destiny. But only because of these parameters it is considered important? I don't think so. D9 chart is considered as the most important divisional chart because it symbolizes, it represents one's purpose in life. For seeing that what will be one's dharma, what will be one's purpose in life, why a person has born on this earth, what is his duty to fulfill through his life on this earth to contribute to the society, that we see through the D9 chart. That is why it is considered as the most important chart in Vedic astrology. So this is why D9 chart is considered important, not because it represents certain other aspects of life like marital life, marriage or fortune. No, that is represented by D9 chart, but because of these parameters it is not important. The main thing why it is important is because D9 chart represents one's purpose in life, why a person has come on this earth, what is his purpose, why. That we see through the D9 chart, and that is why it is most important chart in Vedic astrology. Then D9 chart also, people say that D9 chart represents the true dignity of the planet. No, D9 chart represents the dignified position, the dignity of the planet, but for the true dignity, the final placement, we see the D60 chart, Shashtiyam's chart, not the D9 or Navamsha chart. D9 chart is only for the seeing the one's purpose in life, and one's purpose in life is seen through the D9 chart is because D9 chart represents your dharma, because ninth house, the detailed version of the ninth house is D9. Then D9, the ninth house is the house of dharma, your duty. Dharma, do not confuse dharma with religion. Dharma is not religion here. Here the dharma is your duty, what is your sole purpose to visit on this earth. So that is dharma, your duty, not your religion. So one's purpose in life is seen through the D9 chart, and D9 chart also represents your next half of life. According to Vedic text, it is being said that D9 chart represents the second half of a person's life. It is because the second half of life, it is representing the second half of life because one has to find his purpose on this earth. You do not know your purpose on this earth, right? You are born on this earth, so you take time, you need gradual experience, you need a sense of maturity, you need wisdom, and that you gain through your life experiences, through living your life. Then you gain all these three things, that is experience, maturity and wisdom. When you think that now I have all these three things, you tend to find out that your half life has been passed. And when your half life has been passed, then after these three things you have achieved, then now from this point of time your D9 chart will be activated. Your D9 chart will come, you will play a role in your life and will start to give the results. So this is why D9 chart is being considered. Okay, now D9 chart, one person has asked me that why it has been considered as the next half of life, because the planetary positions don't change throughout the life. They are fixed right from the birth time. This is why we are considering D9 chart as the next half of life, because it shows you a path that where you will lead, what is your purpose, what is your duty, what is your sense of duty, what you have to fulfill in this lifetime, and what you have to contribute to the society, to the world. So that is why D9 chart is considered as the second most important chart in Vedic astrology. Okay. Now let's talk about the parameters, that what are the parameters that you have to see, what are the conditions that you have to see while analyzing D9 chart. Okay, one thing I would like to say that D9 chart also represents your astral body. Sukshma Sharir. In Hindi we call it Sukshma Sharir, astral body. But there is one thing I would like to clarify, that don't confuse between dharma and spirituality. The final duty of any person is not to go towards spirituality. Spirituality is the purest zone, but every person, every living being on this earth is not made to go into that zone. So there are certain areas, there are certain sense of duties, different sense of duties that you have to fulfill. Each and every person is not meant for the same task. Different people are meant for different tasks. So that we have to see from D9 chart. So now we have seen that what is the importance of D9 chart, why it is considered as important chart. Now let's see that what are the conditions that you have to see while analyzing the D9 chart. First of all, D9 chart is given the most importance in Gemini astrology. Instead of Parashar Hora Shastra, there are two branches in Vedic astrology. One is Gemini, one is Parashar Hora Shastra. So according to Parashar, D9 is considered as important, but in Gemini, if we compare with the Parashar Hora Shastra, it is given much more importance. So for through Gemini astrology, the D9 chart is given much more importance. So that's why we see different Gemini karaks through D9. So first condition that you have to see while analyzing the D9 chart is the placement of the Gemini karaks like Atma karak, Amatya karak, Bhratri karak, Gnati karak, Dar karak. All these karaks are Gemini karaks. So the two most important karaks of these different karaks is Atma karak and Amatya karak. Atma karak is the planet with the highest degrees in your birth chart. Amatya karak is the planet with the second highest degrees in your birth chart. Atma karak is responsible for your mind process, for your thought process, for your mindset. It is the whole duty to make your mindset is of Atma karak, but to transform your thoughts into reality through your actions, that is the responsibility of Amatya karak. So these two karaks are the most important karaks which you have to first analyze in your D9 chart. For example, moon is the Atma karak in your main birth chart with the highest degrees. Venus is the Amatya karak in your main birth chart with the second highest degrees. You have to see the position of these two planets in the D9 chart, whether they are good, whether they are placed, well placed or ill placed. Whether they are sitting together. If they are sitting together, it is considered as one of the Gemini Raj Yogas. So if Atma Karak and Amatya Karak are sitting together. So this is how you have to analyze that, how they are placed in D9 chart. The second condition which you have to see in your D9 chart is the position of Venus, because I have told that each and every divisional chart in Vedic astrology has a planetary ruler which controls whole divisional chart, and in this case it is Venus. So you have to see the placement of Venus, whether it is well placed or ill placed, it is placed in which sign, which house, it is strong or weak, you have to see in D9 chart. The third condition which you have to see is that is any planet Vargottam or not. Vargottam means that a planet is sitting in the same sign in the birth chart as well as the D9 chart. For example, your sun is sitting in the Aries zodiac sign in birth chart, and it is also sitting in the Aries zodiac sign in your D9 chart. So this means that your sun is Vargottam. If any planet is Vargottam, it is considered auspicious. So now you have to see the third condition, that is Vargottam planets. Then the next condition which you have to see is the 9th house, which is the most important house in D9 chart. The 9th house and the strength and position of the 9th lord of the D9 chart. You have to see what is the strength of the 9th house lord of the D9 chart, where it is placed, how it is placed, and where it is sitting. what is its strength, that you have to see. So because ninth house of the D9 chart represents that what will be your dharma, what will be your duty, what will be your destiny. Okay, so this is how you have to see the fourth condition, that is the ninth house and the ninth house lord placement. The last condition which you have to see is where the placement of the Lagna lord of D9 chart is happening. For example, the first house lord or Lagna lord of the D9 chart of your D9 chart is Jupiter. Jupiter is sitting, where Jupiter is sitting, that you have to analyze. How Jupiter is how Jupiter is having strength, that you have to analyze. So what are the placements of the Lagna lord of the D9 chart, that you have to see. The placement of the Lagna lord in the Dusthana houses, that is 6th house, 8th house and 12th house, is not considered good. In other houses you have to see for the different results. Now these are the 5 conditions which you have to see before analyzing further. So when you start to analyze your D9 chart, you have to see these things first, and then you can, after you have analyzed all these positions, all these conditions, then you now start to look at whole of the D9 chart as an independent chart, but always try to compare the D9 chart and the main birth chart. You have to compare the planetary positions, the strength of the planets in the main birth chart and the D9 chart. Then you will be able to get a combined result and a strong conclusion. So this is how you have to analyze your D9 chart. And most importantly, if you are looking for your marriage, then you can go for the 7th house of D9 chart. Otherwise 7th house is not considered. So 7th house if you are looking only for your marriage, for your spouse traits, then you can check out the 7th house position, 7th lord position in your D9 chart. But what 5 conditions I have told you before going to further analysis, you have to complete these 5 conditions, then you move ahead. Then you analyze all these different combinations, what is happening, whether where other planets are placed, that then you can check out. So this is how D9 chart is being analyzed, and we have seen that how D9 chart is analyzed, why D9 chart is considered as the most important chart in Vedic astrology, and why divisional charts are being created. So now I think that now you know what is the method behind D9 chart analysis. So if you are new to my channel, subscribe below. If you have any queries, you can mail me on my email ID. It's written in the description. For more information, you can check on my Facebook and Twitter page. Their links are provided in the description. Otherwise, we will meet in the next video. In the next video, we are going to start our 3rd sub-series on houses, career through houses, and the first video of that will be the method, that how from your horoscope you can find out that house which will play the most important role, vital role in deciding your career, through which the results are being given. So how to find out that house, that method you can learn in the next video. So we will meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye and thank you.